joining us. I am Iori Folani. Hope we meet you well. We've got a couple of topics to talk about today. Well, not yesterday we were speaking about the president visiting Benue. That's not what we're talking about. I'm sure we will talk about it in time. But let's look at the oil sector, the petroleum sector, and the announcement that Dangote put out, I think it was on Sunday, that, look, there's going to be a new model now, and it's making life easier, as a matter of fact, for most people who are concerned, at least at the end of the supply chain, that is, we, the consumers. It's going to make things easier for you. Dangote will now be delivering directly to consumers. It doesn't matter who you are. Maybe you're a telecommunications person, maybe whatever you are. Let's say you can commit to 500,000 liters, either individually or band together with some people and do it. So news, good news. It's going to bring down the price of fuel. Queues that we've not seen in a long time are not likely to come back in that kind of an environment. And generally speaking, it seems like an all-round good idea, not to mention innovative idea as well. However, not everybody is happy. The marketers, not all of them, but some of them have said that we reject that. That is not going well at all. Why are they saying this? They say it might lead to monopolistic tendencies and price fixing and those kind of things. As I said, it's not all marketers that are of that persuasion, but we just have to mention both sides of the opinions. Some indeed are welcoming it, saying that it will further competition. But well, engineer Olusegun Okedoye is with us. He's very familiar with that sector. He himself is actually actively involved, so he can talk to us from experience. This whole idea, why would anybody, even though we know that they are marketers and what Dangote has created, Dangote refineries, what it has created in this model now, they'll be able to bypass all these middlemen, thereby saving costs and returning to the customer. So do you think anybody really has a leg to stand on who is complaining about this?
Good morning, viewers, and the nation.
Thank you very
much. Very important topic we are discussing this morning, and a very good masterstroke from Dangote refinery. I think is in the larger consideration. It's in the interest of the nation and the masses. For to be clear, because the import of it will drive down the cost of operations of major manufacturing and production company. You mentioned somebody like MTN that use a lot of diesels. So manufacturing company that burn about 100,000 liters a day, it will play a major role in reducing their cost and also eliminating some logistics costs.
That's right.
That hitherto been incurred.
Exactly.
The common man in the interior is the next net that we need to cover.
But this idea, I read that is part of Dangote's plan, that there shall be uniform prices of the product anywhere in this country, which has not been possible until this announcement.
Yeah, because if there's going to be that, then there must be a wider net coverage of delivery to those filling stations.
Okay.
There are filling stations that are not taking up to 45,000 at a go. There are some that are not taking up to 15,000 at a go. They serve the people in the rural areas. Where this truck of 4,000 may not got into.
Okay.
But the thing I would like Nigerians to give a space of time is to see how much of these areas will be covered by the 4,000 CNG truck.
That's another component. Thank you for bringing that up. Part of how to facilitate all of this is 4,000 CNG trucks are to be deployed if they haven't been deployed already. Because Dangote has a, is it a 60-day period for people to get to understand this?
Yes, I think 60 days since last he make the pronouncement.
Yes, since he made the announcement.
Yes.
It will continue right until August.
Until August.
For people to sort of get used to the whole idea when it will take off properly. So this CNG, compressed natural gas, this will be the fuel. They won't be using diesel.
Yes.
And that is another thing that people are complaining about. That is in the retail marketers segment, that what are we going to do with all our trucks?
Yes.
Our drivers are going to be, out of a job. What do you think? You see, nobody does business for philanthropy's sake.
Yes. You are in the business to make money.
Dangote has put, what, $23 billion into this?
Yes.
And he's looking for a way to make it actually more efficient and immediate. And then you have people complaining. I know it sounds a bit bad, but, in economic terms, they say that the middleman is little more than, a parasite. Speaking economics.
Yes.
He's parasitic.
Yeah. The middleman in this scenario has been reduced drastically by the pronouncement of the President Asiwaju Tinubu on May 2023 during the inauguration. Then he said, subsidy is gone.
Yes.
We have fuels, and the price is being determined very openly now. What you buy at a liter at petroleum at the Dangote refinery is known. What you buy at NNPC is known. The only component of it that is causing undulations in prices in the hinterland is the cost of transportation.
That's right.
This is where the CNG is going to play a major role. Because if you look at the distance between Lagos and Ibadan, if you use diesel truck, Itato that we are using presently, you may likely have 10 to 15 naira on top of your price to get it to Ibadan.
Yes.
As you are getting into Ilorin, it's going higher. To Abuja, it's going higher. I think to Abuja, it's about 25 naira. And if you go up north, it's keep on climbing. So if you get your price at 830 from Dangote in Lagos, you had that transportation cost to it. It takes it to almost 850.
Yes.
This is what the CNG is going to eliminate for us.
Exactly. Nobody wants that. Nobody wants that.
Because CNG per liter is 330 instead of buying at 1,020 naira per liter of diesel that you use to drive that truck. You can see 300 to 1,000. That's a lot. It's about less than 30%.
And I'm guessing that, having been listening to experts speak on the matter, I'm guessing that this is just the beginning. It can get even better because there will be a time when ultimately rail is the most efficient way of moving this commodity over long distances. And so when it even gets to rail, I wouldn't be surprised if Dangote were not to announce a further adjustment.
Definitely it will, because rail is much cheaper, safer, and convenient. It moves large volume, unlike even this CNG that will be moving 33,000 litres or 45,000 litres. A train can move in hundreds of millions of litres at a go.
That's right.
And move to the interland, move to like Kaduna, Kano, Maiduguri, move to Port Harcourt, move to Imo State.
You know that?
And then diffuse this product. From there, you cannot take a truck to take it to the interior of Nigeria.
You know that. I said at the top that it's not all marketers that are against it. Some have come to terms with, look, this is advancement. Whenever you look at it, it also shows that the guys in Dangote refinery are, always on the ball, constantly thinking. Dangote's statement, I think, also nodded thanks to Mr. President for helping very much with the Naira for crude arrangement, which has sort of secured the situation for them. It's like everybody can now plan, and it can only get better from here. But I suppose those people had to say something is why they are saying something. Can they really expect very much by way of sympathy that would lead to, okay, because of what they are saying, let us just suspend those ideas so as to keep everybody happy in employment? I don't think so.
I mean, that will not be the right way to go. Because if you fail to innovate, you prepare to die. Any sector, any industry or nation that fails to innovate and fails to improve on the daily basis is retarding. And retardation will lead to death. So the only thing I would have advocate is holistic look at those little segments, little people that are going to be affected, which is a bit of some percentage of independent marketers. Today you have NNPC branded petroleum retail center littering, getting into the cities. Before, you only see them in Lagos and major cities. Today, they have a franchise now that is going into interland. If that is pay more emphasis on, and they benefit from this bulk movement to them, then the Nigerian people are the most beneficial.
Are you sure NNPC is going to be willing to be a customer of Dangote refinery?
They are supposed to be giving a run for Dangote.
Yes, that is what they're supposed to be.
That's what they're supposed to be. So if Dangote is doing this with some alliance with MRS, with some major marketer, they should have step up their game too.
They should have an answer to this.
Incorporate these independent petroleum marketers that are complaining. Because frankly, it is a fact. Because if Dangote CNG truck will not get to those people station, there is no way they will be in business. The only way is that any place that they don't have the strategic alliance of marketers that are with Dangote, they will be able to serve that community. But yet the price will not be what you can see in the alliance with Dangote.
Exactly.
That's exactly what's going to happen.
So,
so somebody needs to fill that gap. As Dangote is making a good move, NNPC is supposed to be bringing up their A game on board to make sure that this product is well distributed across board.
But we agree that this is a good thing that has happened. It's
very good.
It's a very good, because what it's supposed to do is, I mean, the only thing it's supposed to do really is to encourage competition.
Yes,
and
healthy competition.
They have healthy competition because things are becoming more and more transparent.
Yes,
and it will also, I imagine, reduce incidents of smuggling to neighboring countries that we are currently experiencing.
Yes.
And so, ever so slowly, the Tinubu's plan, President Tinubu's part of this is a component, a segment, if you want, of the overall economic recovery program. This seems to be working well.
Yes.
In that regard.
Another thing that would have added to this is the Ipman, Petron organize themselves also to be part of this movement that is bringing innovations to distribution of the fuel. We know that as of today, they were using diesel truck. If the Petroleum Tanker Driver Association of Nigeria could organize themselves into a formidable force that can approach finance or investor to bring in what they can use to convert this truck to CNG model, then there would be no complaint. There shouldn't be complaint.
Okay, all right.
Nobody is looking at that area. We need to take it up and say, these rickety trucks that are littering our street, spilling and causing traffic, killing people, need to be also be doing away with. It's a good omen that for this new truck coming to, it will give us some level of safety for people.
Let's come back and look at this a bit more. But stay with us, please. We just take a quick break. We'll be right back.
Yeah.
In tourism. Let us commit again at the Travel Indaba as Africans to build an inclusive, sustainable and a resilient sector, one that lifts up our communities, that bridges borders and protects our shared heritage in the continent.
It's a pan-African travel show which brings the world to us, but mostly Africans to actually have B2B meetings or business-to-business meetings with other African SMMEs or tour operators. And the value chain of tourism is highly impacted during this period because we get to sign deals, you get to explore our destinations, besides just having meetings.
Okay, welcome back. Having this conversation with Engineer Olusegun Okedoye, on the topic of marketers rejecting Dangote's fuel distribution plan. He has been speaking about that. There's no escaping it, really. But in the meantime, Mr. George has called in. Good morning, Mr. George.
Good morning, Thierry.
Thank you for calling in.
To the guest.
Yes. Please.
Uncle Yuri, when the Dangote refinery came on, said there should be competition and that they should be given the opportunity to also import fuel alongside with Dangote. Some of us argued that it will tell on our scarce foreign exchange resources. They said no. Now, Dangote is bringing innovations to the competition and they are rejecting it. Why? It's not competition that they ask for. They just have to have it. Dangote, to me, has been sent to save Nigerians from the hands of marketers. These people have sucked us dry for years. They never wanted Dangote to come on stream. And now he has come on stream. They are doing everything possible to make sure he doesn't have his way. He will have his way. Let this regulation, let this device that Dangote has put in place, let us make it work. It is for the benefit of Nigerians. The marketers do not want to try to account them. They are happy when we are suffering. And we shouldn't support such people.
Okay.
So God bless Dangote, God bless President Tinubu, and God bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria for this removal of fuel subsidy and the consequential release they bring it to Nigerians. Thank you.
Indeed, thank you very much. It's not even so much as Dangote having his way, as Nigeria having its way, because that's the intention that Dangote is sort of aiming at. He mentioned it. He said, but for President Tinubu's innovative thinking and all of that, we wouldn't be where we are, opening up the economy. And but now we're talking about the CNG trucks, 4,000 of them. Now, that is certainly can only happen at the instance of a big player like Dangote. Yes. We're talking about, $23 billion that he has invested in this already. How much of a game changer is that going to be? In terms of the components to this whole, because this is a game-changing plan that Dangote has launched here.
Yeah, it's a great one indeed, because I foresee in the first few months of that 4,000, because it's just the initial. Don't be surprised. The initial 4,000. There are other plans to bring more, based on how much are they able to penetrate at what time.
Yes.
To get it done.
Okay.
Because I saw that by the time the logistics department in Dangote will put these trucks into various zones, they will begin to see what's the turnover rate of them coming back to pick more. So that will give him more reasons to bring more trucks in, and then be able to satisfy the customer as at when due. What I see happen in a short while is majority of the people who are complaining now will organize themselves in group and be able to have alliance with him and get this product to our people who actually need it and drop the inflation that is going towards north. Indeed,
indeed. Retired AIG Durosimi, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Mr. Yori.
Thank you for calling in.
I think we have to thank Alhaji Dangote for bringing more innovation.
Indeed, I hear you. I hear you. Yes. You are pleased.
We have to. Thank you for bringing innovation. And essentially, what Nigeria needs is the low cost of petroleum so that they can buy and move on Nigerian roads. If we have CNG vehicles coming, it means that we are going to have more stations in Nigeria. And then ordinary Nigerians will be able to convert to and buy CNG at their own, very close to them. If others want to challenge Alhaji Dangote, they should come with their money, invest their money, and let's get more roadworthy trucks on our road. Thank you.
Thank you very much, sir. I saw you agreeing with that.
I agree, because it has a menace of this diesel truck.
And so all these distributors, they have to tool up, definitely. Because people have been in fact, people have said, perhaps not being too sympathetic, that they don't invest anything, but I guess that's overstating the matter. It's overstating it.
Stock too has invested, how be it, maybe 12 to 15 million naira.
Yes, but what has he invested in the system? Can he compare with the guys who are actually producing? See? So is this whole matter about leaching? No, again, this is a negative word. But you see,
suffocating. That's also
they are attaching to a business that is existing. And meanwhile, the owner of the business that is, that everybody is sort of linking onto now, he is busy thinking of how to better serve the general public, not for a bunch of people who must also make their own on the side. And by the way, BUA is also, I understand that it's coming up. It's a work in progress. Yes. And I'm sure the BUA guys, they are watching what's going on. Yes. And so when they come in, this is the beauty of the private sector. Exactly. It won't be like NNPC, which,
a bit laid back.
Yeah, a bit laid back simply because of the government patronage and all of that.
And this is a hand opener. I do not expect NNPC not to up their game. They have the network. They have the infrastructure.
But do they have the wherewithal? Seeing as, do you think, who's going to put money? If NNPC can't make themselves more efficient and then, get the remuneration.
What they need to do is to be more efficient and conserve that money and channel it to what is innovative.
Okay. So
I cannot believe that people will give me argument that NNPC does not have money. What do they do with the money?
What exactly? What indeed do they do
with the money?
But I think we're seeing clearly now, for whatever it is worth, the difference between a government-owned company and the private sector, a proper, genuine private sector. So we're seeing that now. So it looks like NNPC really has to up its game if it's going to stay competitive.
Yeah, because they are limited, right? And they should up their game. They just have a new board.
Indeed.
A lot of tax is on that board. They need to come up with a strategic move that will say we have departed from hold order. But if we are still seeing it passively, then we are in for more trouble.
And so there's supposed to be now the free of politics that might have influenced their actions and decisions before. Because I'm guessing that in the private sector, politics is way down there, and the matter of the
focus on the real issue,
profitability, and being able to answer to their boards. That's what they're really concerned about. So I guess everybody is thanking, just like the retired AIG just said, thank you very much. Reverend Dominic, good morning to you, sir.
Good morning, Chief Yori. Good morning to your guest.
Yes, thank you.
Hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Yori, I have a different idea.
Okay, let's hear it.
This is my idea. Yori. How is it possible that somebody is a manufacturer, is a distributor, is an end retailer? Does it make sense, Yori, in business? And this is what is happening in Nigeria by Chinese. I went to Lagos Island. I saw a Chinese selling jeans, selling singlets. This is the manufacturer in China. He brings it back in Nigeria and distributes and retail at the market. Does it make sense? Look, I don't understand the kind of business we run here. This is my own idea. I'm not in that business. This is what idea I have. And I want to ask your experts in your studio. Did also come to this, sir? How is it that if these people are importing fuel and they will sell at the same price with Dangote, who manufacture in a backyard in Lagos here? You import the fuel, pay all land charges, pay shipping, everything. There's something fishy wrong. I think when they import this fuel, if discourage importation, the local manufacturing should be cheaper. The one we manufacture in our back here should be cheaper. At the end of importation, they will say the same price with Dangote. Something is wrong. And this man now wants to be a manufacturer, a distributor, and a retailer. Ask the questions of business. Please, I would like your expert to answer me.
All right, Reverend Dominic. Thank you for calling in. You heard.
I heard him a bit. If I get the drift, he wants to see what is going to be the distance between the manufacturer, you are the distributor, and then you are getting to retailer.
He's saying
that is where the danger, that's where the people are a bit scared. I'm skepticism about if you take over the manufacturing, you take over the distribution, and you're taking over the retail, then you are eventually going to monopolize that space.
Well,
the monopoly is not in the negative term here. It is playing in all the sector, all the node of the transaction.
If it has the capacity, it has the capacity.
So
clearly.
That is now I come with the idea that the government agency who are charged with the responsibility of managing what the consumer get or how the industry is played should up their game and come up with a clear strategy to manage this kind of innovation. This is a very
we already have that in place. Yeah. There will be the regulatory price
monitoring board.
Yes, that are going to be watching with eagle eyes And since Dangote is being plain about it, say, look, check it out. We want to give benefits to the end consumer. And it can be done. We can do it. So it's a free competition. Let everybody else come along. But what the Reverend has just said, the way he's looked at it is that at the same time you produce, at the same time you distribute,
at the same time you retail.
And at the same time you are retailing. That is setting yourself up for, a monopolistic tendency. Not all economists agree.
Yeah.
Not all economists who I have heard talking about this have agreed.
I think the fear comes because of the ineffectiveness of some of our institutions. If you go to a sane climb, this shouldn't bother anybody. But in Nigeria, a lot of people look
because there's so many rent, seeking people all over the place who are not really doing anything. Forgive me for saying so, but are making a killing every day, and they see that this is going to be disruptive of the system. It happened in the same thing with currency and foreign exchange, as you know, before. So you see that statement of the president on the day he was being inaugurated, that fuel subsidy is gone. Now, it has gone and we're beginning to see the benefits. We're still at a very difficult place because, what we're paying for fuel now, as you know, it's been coming down steadily. It's been coming down steadily.
Pardon me, Mr. Ari. Did you notice that day Mr. President spoke? I was in Abuja that day. I was in the inauguration venue. Immediately, our people started adjusting price.
Straight.
Is that actually right? Have you removed a cost element that brought that in?
Within seconds.
No.
Within seconds,
money for that.
These same people complaining now had immediately gone to what they consider the market price.
That is why I said our institution need to be strengthened and devoid of having strong man there. Let it be straight. The law is blind. It applies to everybody. But most times, when you see most of our agency, the customs, the NUPRC, the PPRA, you begin to ask questions. What are they actually doing?
Well, now the Dangote has sort of woken everybody up. And I guess the work is cut out for them. Well, it was very interesting speaking with you because I just wanted to get the thoughts of a player and how you see it. You yourself, you're actively in the field. You have a number of petrol stations yourself.
Yes.
So these are things that you deal with on a daily basis, and you are pleased with the whole affair.
Exactly.
The way
because immediately I heard it, we need to sit back at our board and strategize and say, okay, how do we plug into this situation? Because we cannot be defiant to a good move. You'll be left out. So we are monitoring the space critically, and we are open-minded to collaborate with Dangote and the other arms to see how this product will get to the people who are the real people that needed this product.
So when we say marketers reject Dangote's fuel distribution plan, you are not among those ones.
No.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Okay, so stay with us, please. We'll be right back.